Good afternoon. Would everyone please rise and join me in the presentation of the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
Hello, my name is Brandon Kamner, and I'm the graduating class president. Dr. Shandor, school board members, Mr. Rice, faculty and staff, guests in the class of 2019. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the Tabb High School class of 2019 graduation commencement exercise. We would like to take a moment to remember our classmate, Christopher Tolliver. Just less than 1 year ago, Chris was overcome with his lifelong struggle with a heart condition. Although he is not here physically, we know that Chris is with us and his family is here today in spirit. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce some special guests that are here with us today. Seated behind me are members of the York County School Board. I would like to recognize each of them and ask that they please stand when introduced. Representing District 1, Mrs. Barbara Haywood. Representing District 2, Mr. Brett Higginbotham. Representing District 3, Mr. Mark Medford. Representing District 4, Board Chair, Mr. James Richardson. Representing District 5, Board Vice Chair and Tabb High School's District, Dr. Robert George. Also seated behind me are members of the Central Office staff. I ask that they please stand when introduced. Division Superintendent, Dr. Victor Shandor. Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Bill Bowen. Chief Operations Officer, Dr. Carl James. And Chief Human Resources Officer, Dr. James Carroll. On behalf of the Tabb community, please join me in thanking our guests for their many contributions to Tabb High School. I would now like to welcome School Board Chair, Mr. James Richardson, for some remarks.
Well, good afternoon. What a wonderful day outside. You'll get to enjoy it soon. Good afternoon, graduates, family members, staff, and fellow board members. It's an honor to be part of today's celebration for Tabb High graduation. It's such a pleasure to share in the intensity and emotions filling this arena as those of you who are graduating close this chapter in your life story. Parents, you're probably wondering where the years have gone as you marvel at your sons and your daughters' accomplishments. It doesn't seem that long ago when these young adults we honor today were starting kindergarten. And of course, living through those years between kindergarten and graduation may have seemed like an eternity to the students, maybe to some of the parents as well. You're the class of 2019. You graduate in a century that is still in its infancy, at a time in history when our world is dealing with enormous challenges, but at a time when opportunities created by those challenges have never been greater. You are technology natives, born and educated in a technological world that was only found in science fiction stories when many of us in this room were in school. You Instagram and you tweet. You read books and news online. You text instead of call. And your electronic social networking has shrunk the known world. You're the generation that will take the technology of today to new and dizzying dimensions. You are the one who will bring solutions to environmental concerns, conservation of natural resources, the development of alternative energy sources, the issues that my generation is only now identifying. And who knows, maybe there may come a time and some of you will live on a space station circling the Earth, maybe live on the moon, maybe even travel to Mars. Someone among you may find a cure for cancer or some other debilitating affliction. So today you are poised to start a new chapter of your life story. But I just want you to remember one thing. I want you to remember the turtle. My favorite reptile is the turtle. The reason is that in order for the turtle to move, he has to stick his neck out. There are going to be times in your life when you're going to have to stick your neck out. And there will be challenges, and instead of hiding in a shell, you have to go out and meet those challenges. So congratulations to the class of 2019, and good luck.
The salutatorian for the class of 2019 has earned a cumulative GPA of 4.8571. While attending the Governor's School for Science and Technology, where she completed the physics strand of study, she will be attending Cornell University in the fall. It is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Yifan Wang.
Good afternoon, fellow graduates, parents, faculty, and guests. Finally, after 4 long years, we made it. It's been a long, hard journey, but we have gained a great assortment of knowledge along the way. We started from simple addition and subtraction to unknown variables and the Pythagorean theorem, from writing 3 short paragraphs in 2 hours to writing 1,000-word research papers the night before the deadline. We've learned about the mitochondria and mitosis, along with vast science puns. We've learned about the French Revolution and Mrs. McKinney's obsession with cats. But most importantly, we've learned and gained astonishing memorization skills. These Herculean abilities have improved tremendously as a result from preparing for exams, cramming the night or the block before the test, and speed reading SparkNotes before a reading quiz. We've learned how to memorize quickly and use our memories to our advantage. But I'm sure that you've also realized that those short-term memories don't have a long lifespan. Just like how easy it is to forget those memories, it is incredibly easy to forget how important memories can be. In our journey from being a freshman to a senior, many things have transpired. Several of these events will forever be engraved into our memories, such as our very last-minute senior prank that turned out surprisingly well. But due to the limited capacity of our brains, many things are forgotten too. Good memories are usually the ones that most people choose to keep. Good memories brings us joy, like when the softball team won states. They allow us to remember the good old days and experience the same happy event multiple times. These memories represent the highest point in our lives, and they are a valuable asset in regards to bringing us happiness and joy. In these 4 years, both good and bad memories were made, and it's natural to want to keep the pleasant memories and erase the ones that are not so pleasant. However, do remember that it is both the good and the bad that shaped us to be who we are today. Bad grades, failed friendships, and disappointing mistakes are common in high school and in life. There is no use holding on to these memories and letting it hold you down, but make use of these bad memories. Take what you can from the worst and use it to your advantage. Learn from your failures and disappointments. Learn from them and improve. Improve yourself in ways beneficial to you so that you never have to experience the same bad memory twice. George Santayana once said, "Those who cannot remember the past are doomed to repeat it." Remember and learn from your past. Learn from all the errors and mistakes you've made so that you don't repeat it. Standing here, I urge you to remember all the memories you made in your entire high school career. Remember when you've fallen, but also remember how you got back up again. I wish that the memories you have will help you in the next chapter of your life. Before I leave you today, I would like to read a small haiku by Noel Simpson. Life is a journal, memories are the entries, neglect handwriting. Congratulations, class of 2019, and thank you for all the memories.
The class of 2019's valedictorian amassed a cumulative GPA of 5.0. She has attended the Governor's School for Science and Technology while completing the biology-chemistry strand of study. This fall, she will attend the University of California at Berkeley. I am pleased to present your valedictorian, Ms. Annie Wang.
Good afternoon, parents, guests, faculty, and students. Life is a little bit like Netflix. They often say that the first 18 years of your life are like a free trial, and everything that comes afterwards is pay to play. Although it's a humorous anecdote, it's why you and I are here today, sitting in this very building. This incredible ceremony might be what brought us here today. The final section, where the main road that we all share splits into 100 different little untrodden paths that are unique for each of us. But this isn't what unites us. It isn't what you and I have in common. Our graduation is a product of overwhelming intelligence and of endless hard work. However, intelligence is a characteristic of all life. All mammals and living creatures share some form of intelligence that allows them and us to learn. So what is it that you and I have in common? Is it the fact that we're all students? That we all go to Tabb High School? No, it isn't. These are temporary things. We won't all be Tabb High School students in the next 4 years. In fact, in the moment that we leave this stage today, our lives will become exponentially different and vastly more complicated. I think, rather, it is our ability to empathize, to give to each other, to feel for each other's happiness, sorrows, and joys. In fact, this ability to empathize is exactly what makes you and me distinctly and uniquely human, rather than a biological conglomeration of cells and proteins. I know it may seem like a stretch, but give me a chance to convince you as to why I think empathy is the most valuable trait that we all hold in our hearts today. On the first day of middle school, Jared Andrews held out a zebra snack cake to me on the bus. I had just transferred from a private school, and I was afraid to talk to anyone. I was alone, and I was the odd man out who had no friends. He was the first person who reached out to me, the weird new kid, the first to become my friend, the first to try to make me laugh, to give me a hug, to try to hold a conversation with me, the first to hand me the snack cake that his mother so lovingly packed into his lunchbox every single day. He gave what should have been the highlight of most kids' days just so he could see a stranger he didn't know smile. That is empathy. Jared, to me, is the personification of this exceedingly abstract but human concept. To me, empathy is the ability to find yourself in another person. It's the ability to hold a stranger's hand. In the adult world, what used to be snack cakes may be a human heart given in kindness to a faltering friend. What used to be snack cakes may be the change that you give to a homeless man in New York City, allowing him to buy his next meal. What used to be snack cakes may be the kiss you give your mom or your cousin Leon when he's had a hard day at work. What used to be snack cakes may be the hug that you give your best friend when you see her succeed to become the salutatorian. I'd like to read a letter that Jared Andrews gave to me in 7th grade. These empathetic words pulled me through the late nights, through the tears, through every exam and stressful conflict. These words changed my life and changed who I am as a person. It's the only material thing I have left of him, and I treasure it. Dear Annie, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for being such an amazing and beautiful friend. Every afternoon on the bus ride, you make me feel so happy and thus so needed. Even those little pokes in the hallway mean so much to me. I really hope we'll be friends for a long time. If you ever need anything, I'm your guy, I won't mind. It's the least I can do for an amazing friend like you. Jared taught me empathy. Likewise, I wish to pass this gift unto you, class of 2019. In today's society, we have to be empathetic. From the moment that we leave this stage today, we must feel empathy for those that suffer and lack access to the most basic of needs. We cannot act if we do not have empathy, and we cannot act if we do not understand, if we do not know the suffering of another human being. We are leaders. From the moment that we leave this stage today, we must use the talents of our class to be assets to humanity. To better humankind, we must be prepared to care for our parents, our schools, our families, and our fellow human beings in the way that they cared for us before any of us learned how to walk or hold a spoon. Are you ready to repair our world? As engineers, as athletes, as musicians, lawyers, or doctors? Are you ready to use that empathy that resides deep within our hearts as humans to make a lasting footprint unto the world? Are you ready to hold the hands of our fellow brothers and sisters? This is the time to act. Dear class of 2019s, remember that we are leaders, and as leaders, we must be prepared to give. As leaders, we must be prepared to provide and to sacrifice. But most of all, as leaders, we must be prepared to give a piece of ourselves selflessly. We must be prepared to empathize. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2019.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Caleb Rivera, and I'm the senior class vice president. I'm here to say a few words about Dr. Victor Shandor. Dr. Shandor was appointed as superintendent of the York County School District in August 2014. He has more than 20 years in public education experience as a teacher, principal, and district administrator. Dr. Shandor, a 1992 graduate of California University in Pennsylvania, began his career in education as a teaching assistant. He then earned a master's degree in exceptional education from Old Dominion University, and ultimately a doctorate in educational leadership from Wingate University. Dr. Shandor grew up in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, and he and his wife Melissa have 3 children. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Shandor.
Thank you, Caleb. Good afternoon and congratulations, Tabb High School class of 2019. I'd like to welcome and thank our teachers, parents, and families celebrating with us today. Graduates, you have reached a major milestone in your life, and I'm honored to share this accomplishment with you. Each year, I struggle over what topic, quote, or message I want to share with you. I don't want it to be too long that you tune me out, or the opposite, too short, and it appears I don't respect all the hard work which brought us to this day. I often use sports analogies to make a point about concepts such as hard work, teamwork, dedication, communication, goal setting, etc. Typically, it's a Pittsburgh Steelers reference, being that they're the best team in the NFL. Yes, thank you. There's 4 of you in here, thank you. But I wanted to refrain from that this year. I was able to spend some time with my family this past weekend. I found it amazing as my dad shared that I never listened to a thing he said from 7th grade to my sophomore year in college. Advice, career direction, relationships, none of it. course, at that time, when I was your age, I figured he could not relate to being a teenager in 1988. And yes, I do realize all of you were not born until 12 years later. If you're being honest with yourself, how many times has that thought gone through your minds? That the adults in your life have no idea what it's like to be a teenager in 2019. I'm sure you're all thinking that right now. My father has always shared his struggles as a teen. But as I stated earlier, I wasn't listening. When I share with my kids how we used a phone that was connected to the wall to talk to our friends in the same room as our parents, they find it hard to believe I survived such a lack of privacy, assuming that they're even listening to me. Now, just because I didn't watch one episode of Game of Thrones, I have no idea who Cardi B is, and I still don't have Instagram, doesn't mean I can't relate. Because some of the best advice is timeless. It applies whether you're 18, my age, 48, or my dad's age, 78. And for the record, I was listening. Here are a few things from my dad to take with you today. Number one, rub some dirt on it and get back in there. Now, if I fell or got hurt as a kid, my dad would always say this. It was a simple reminder that life is hard. You're going to get knocked down, you're going to bruise your elbows and skin your knees, so to speak. Pick yourself up and keep trying. The reality is you're going to fail a few times in your life. Get over it and move on. Number two, do the best you can even when no one is watching. The level of effort you put into all phases of your life defines you. Therefore, put everything you have and all that you do because it is for you, not for someone else. Doors will open up and opportunities will arise when you consistently give your best in all that you do. Number three, nothing worth having comes easy. Now, my dad can't actually claim this one as his, but it is a constant reminder throughout your life you should set goals and go after them. Having that fire in your belly, the passion, the energy to go after something with all of you can't be replaced. Find something you are passionate about and dedicate all of your life to it. Lastly, enjoy the ride and laugh. You're going to make mistakes, doors are going to close, and occasionally you're going to fall short. But lessons can be learned in all of these things. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh. More importantly, laugh at yourself. Humor can carry you through some of the most difficult times of your life. At the end of the day, if you can't laugh at yourself, I would encourage you to rub some dirt on it instead and move on. Finally, graduates, as you stand on the edge of adulthood and independence, ready to take on the world, remember you are prepared for the next step in your life journey and have a solid educational foundation and support system in place to be successful. My hope for you is that you are able to get back up when life knocks you down. You put your best into everything that you do and enjoy the ride. Congratulations and good luck.
Imagine what tomorrow would bring. Imagine what tomorrow would bring. Imagine what tomorrow would bring if we all sing one song, one song. If we all sing one song, sing one song, sing one song.
Good afternoon. I want to make two recognitions before I get started with my speech. The first is for a former teacher and administrator for over 20 years at Tabb High School, who then moved on to do various things for the division. He not only touched the Tabb community, he touched many students in the York County School Division, Dr. Carl James. Thank you, Dr. James. I'm pretty sure I can say once a tiger, always a tiger. I'd also like to thank the faculty and staff for all the work that they have done this year. It truly does take a team to get our graduates here, and they are certainly an important part of that team along with parents. So thank you for the work that you've done this year. Members of the school board, Dr. Shandor, chief officers, faculty and staff, parents, loved ones, and graduates. It is my pleasure to stand before you today for the 2019 Tabb High School commencement ceremony. This is my first speech as a high school principal. I wanted to start off today with a catchy quote that would keep everyone engaged during my speech. I read many quotes. I considered the following. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. None of the quotes captured what I think today is about. So my focus today will be on two words. One I think is very obvious, the other not so, but I'll let you be the judge. The first word, graduates, I want to talk about is the word end. When you look up synonyms for the word end, you see close, conclusion, and commencement. Today can be viewed as the end of your K-12 educational experience. We happen to live in a county that is home to one of the most famous endings in our history, the surrender at Yorktown. We live in a state home to one of the most famous endings, the surrender at Appomattox and the end of the Civil War. For you graduates, this is the end to events that you associate with school. The bus stop, going to lunch, SOL testing, prom, ring dance, and yes, sitting by your phone waiting to hear if exams are canceled. Graduates, today is it's not only an ending for you, but parents, it's also an ending to some of those events. Open house, back to school night, phone calls and emails from teachers and counselors, and yes, it's the end of Aspen grade notifications. I would be remiss if I ended my speech today only talking about the word end. Graduates, I hearken you back to your 11th grade U.S. history class. The chapter after the American Revolution is typically called the birth of a new nation. Birth is a word we associate with beginning or the start of an event. where there is usually much excitement. For example, think of the birth of a brother, sister, niece, or nephew. How excited and hopeful everyone is for that event. That is what today is for you. Today is the time, today is an exciting time in your life. You are embarking on a new journey, which, like school, will present you with challenges, push you to your limits, and test your resolves. Think back to some of those uncharted waters you faced in school. Go back to 5th grade. Near the end, the teacher came in with one of those locks and said, "You're going to middle school. There will be a locker combination you need to know." They brought them out, once to the right, twice to the left, once back to the right, and then you waited for that magical click. Some of you worked on it during the summer. You headed off to 6th grade orientation, ready for your locker combination. Your parents were in tow with all the supplies that they needed to bring to 6th grade. You got in there and you mastered it. You went to the first day of school. You headed right to that locker. You got in there, you got the combination open. But the thing no one told you was that in PE, you were going to get another locker and another combination. And guess what? Within a week or two, you mastered that. Your new journey will be similar. For some of you, you will be looking for the dining hall, trying to figure out the building your 8 o'clock biology class is in. For those of you going off to the military or going off to the shipyard or vocational school, it'll be trying to figure out what is your new career going to be. And for those of you going into the workforce, it may be just saving money so you can move on to another chapter in your life. Each of these is a unique challenge, but your last 13 years has prepared you for this time of your life. In case you have doubts, I want to remind you of a few things. You have been taught by some of the finest teachers in the state of Virginia. You attend one of the finest schools in the state of Virginia. You attend one of the your school is located in one of the finest school districts in the state of Virginia. You are equipped with the skills to be successful. It is why, graduates, you must not view today as an end but a beginning. I will close my speech with advice from someone we have all learned a great deal from, Dr. Seuss. You are off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Thank you and best luck to the class of 2019. And it now gives me great pleasure to present the Tabb Medallion Award. The Tabb Medallion has been commissioned to represent one of the highest honors that can be awarded to a graduating senior. One female and one male. Only these students, for all their years at Tabb, contributed to the pride and spirit of the school may be selected. The principal and the committee look for a student who has dedicated themselves to Tabb High School in making the selection. These students have been active and helpful and hardworking tigers, giving their time and energy beyond all expectation. The medallion is awarded at the graduation ceremony, and the recipients are unaware of the honor until that time. The Tabb Medallion is awarded. The Tabb Medallion is an honor bestowed on two students who personify all that Tabb High represents. This year's representatives of the Tabb High Medallion are Janae Saylor. Janae, if you'll come up, please. You may have to take your hat off. Is that possible? And our other recipient is playing in the state baseball championship, Zach Cold Snow. Thank you.
Before we begin calling names today, I would like to inform you that the baseball players are away playing in the state championship, as Mr. Rice shared. However, we will still announce their names today. Brandon Michael Kaminer. Caleb David Rivera. Callie Danielle Wolf. Sarah Shunyun Lee. Kristen Alexandra Pettit Pecora. Declan Rader Young. Annie Wang. Yifan Wang. Derek Raul Alamani. Caitlin Alexis Allen. Michael Lawson Allen. Adib Mohammed Amir. Anthony Danilo Burgos Anastasi. Cassandra Marie Allenbach. Isaac A. Banks. Isaiah Nicholas Banks. William L. Barber III. Jennifer May Barnes. Emily Madison Bartles. Kyla Alana Barton. Ashton J. Boust. Jacob A. Baylor. Sarah Ehab Beckett. Kobe Isaiah Bell. Michaela L. Bell. Danielle Simone Bennett. Matthew Berry. William Glenn Bertolini. Tyreem S. Body. Katie Ray Biggs. Jamir Amaju Bowling Moultrie. Brandon A. Brewer. Jacob Sing Soo Brewer. Jake R. Brewer. Aaron Maxwell Brinker. Brishana Tayon Brinkley. Carly Harris Broadwell. William Keith Brooks. Haley Marie Brown. Catherine Nicole Brown. Paige Michaela Brown. Preston Brown. Zachary Patrick Brown. Sean Monroe Brown Bowles. Avery Elizabeth Bunting. George Mason Burns. Samuel J. Callender. Brianna Monet Calloway. Hannah Louise Camarillo. William Gray Cashwell. Kayla Rose Causey. Alexandria Ann Sestero. Thomas Ryan Chalice. Daniel J. Cho. Madison Catherine Chodorowski. Colin Robert Christie. Dayon Lauren Chung. Dominic Xavier Clark. Zachary T. Koch. Zachary Matthew Coldsnow. Benjamin Matthew Cornell. Daniel John Coda. Ian Coulson. Portia Ashe Coutet. Casey Lee Cowan. Erin Ann Cox. Alyssa Marie Crespo. Ian Riley Crispin. John Benjamin Davenport. Bryce Anthony Davis. Kosin DeBertolis. Jacob N. Dietrich. Irvin Diaz. Emma Faith David Donatelli. Kira Tanae Duckett. Elsie Louise Ellingsworth. Laurel Pauline Ellingsworth. Alexis Lynette Elshaw. Rayton C. Urkinen. Michaela A. Escobar. Kaylin M. Esquadra. Chloe Grace Everard. Sydney Elise Fancher. Aaron Benjamin Finch. Maxwell Swanton Frischkorn. Stephen T. Gaddis. Malcolm I. Gaines. Leilani John Marie Gant. Gabrielle Nicole Gardner. Mackenzie Joyce Gardner. Brian Jacob Garza. Zachary Nathan George. Megan Elizabeth Gilman. Abigail Glaser. Laurel Lee Goff. Zara Alexis Gonzalez. Sarah Lee Goodman. Mary Elizabeth Goodrich. Adam Gordon. Ian Goss. Trent Golter. Garrison C. Greenwald. Tucker C. Gummo. Kira Dawn Hagan. Zachary Haining. Joseph S. Harmatz. Richard Thomas Harris, Jr. Dylan J. West Harrison. Brandon R. Hart. Ashley Nicole Hayes. Abigail Grace Heckler. Peyton Clarice Hedrick. Zachary Heisel. Alyssa Ray Hoffman. Caitlin Colleen Horton. Elizabeth Carol Houston. Emily Sue Howell. Victoria Ray Hudson. Andrew Kinston Humphrey. Jackson Luke Hurd. Andrew Ibrahim Beckett. Jalen Thomas Jackson. Joby J. Jansen, Jr. Janice Renee Jeffers. Jamari D. Jones. Jalen Stephen Jones. Lindsay Hannah Jones. Madison Delana Joy. Heather Marie Cashin. Grayson Kiefer. Patrick R. Kilowa. D. Amir Hakim Kimball. Kobe J. King. Lauren Marie Kirby. Xavier Knight. Camden S. Koberstein. Madison P. Curick.
Mason Lassiter. Rylan D. Latosky. Caroline Getty Longacre. Daniela Solorio Lopez. Alyssa Caroline Lowe. Dylan M. Lucas. Andrew Lucier. Roger Eli Lutz. Emily May Lyon. Adam Scott McDonald. Sarah Abby Mack. Kristen Isabel Malloy. Matthew Christian Fletcher Manning. Brandon Alphonse Morello. Laura Carolina Marin. Joshua Arthur Martin. Carlos Mason Jr. Christian Andrew Maynor. Kemet Osser Ares McDuffie. Elijah Rashad Moore. Declan Murphy. Zoe E. Neal. Joseph David Negron. Catherine Elizabeth Nicely. Morgan Elizabeth Norton. Alexander Michael Nikes. Taylor Marie O'Neill. Abby Corinne Overbay. Leah Cassidy Overbay. Sarah Rose Overman. Olivia Ainsley Owen. Gabriela P. Padilla Perez. Kara Marlene Parr. Nathan Thomas Perdue. Tyrese Montrell Petaway. Jacoby Alon Pearson. Victoria Paige Pittman. Dylan Miles Plon. Callista Lola Palizos. Alexis Monique Powell. Alton H. Powell. Tyrese K. Powell. Prayashi Prajapati. Miles George Quachirigan. John Ray Kinal. Madison Brooke Radcliffe. Alexis Michelle Raymer. Michael Nicholas Richwine. Kennedy Nicole Riley. Trinity Elise Riley. Joanne Rivera Burgos. Alyssa Madison Roach. Madeline Rose Roberts. Maria Guadalupe Rodriguez. Olga Rodriguez. Angela Marie Duran Roan. Jessica Marcel Duran Roan. Gabriel J. Ross. Nadira Renee Ross. Janae Marie Waddleton Saylor. Ryan Wilson Sheck. Stella Sears. Braden Daniel Seaman. Chase D. Sider. Mirage Sheikh. Jimmy K. Simmons. Noel K. Simpson. Shaylee Annette Skinner. Samir Smyich. Catherine Jane Smart. Jabari K. Smith. Colin E. Snowsill. Chris Soto Hirao. Nehemiah Azari Speller. Ananda T. Stanton. Amberly Gail Starner. Davin Connor Stevens. Jenna Rose Statina. Mercedes Faith Lee Stokes. Bryce Stoles. Michael Dean Stover III. Isaiah Davis Sturch. Gavin J. Stutzman. Matthew Caleb Stutzman. Jane Sun. Elijah Keller Sutton. Evan William Swartzbaugh. Nicholas Talati. Julia Grace Tardabini. Leonard Thobin. Fred Nicholas Thomas IV. Haley Rachel Thomas. Emily Grace Thornton. Carolyn Joy Titus. Hannah Lee Toddhunter. Christian Eunice Tolliver. Amanda Nicole Tovey. Sydney Allison Tucker. Matthew Patrick Umflett. Kate Nashville Uwe. Victoria Calais Vest. Rebecca Grace Vigil. Tatum Victoria Wagner. John Joseph Wallace II. Aaron Charles Weddle. Allison Christine Weems. Allison E. Wellendorf. Gabrielle E. Wells. Sienna Marie Lynn Wirtz. Devin Parker Wetstein. Brandon Blade Wheeler. Stephen M. Wyke. Jordan Aaliyah Wilbur. Megan Elizabeth Wilco. Sarah Elizabeth Serena Wilhelm. Adam Garrett Williams. Benjamin Compton Wilson. Brandon Xavier Wilson. Justin Carl Wiscarson. Chase E. Witcher. Victoria Ann Waltman. Christina Marie Wood. Margaret Grayson Wood. Joy Elise Wright. Seun Yeom. Jason Zhang. Sarah Kimberly Zuskin.
Graduates, please stand. By the authority invested in me by the State Board of Education and the York County School Board, I hereby declare you graduates of Tabb High School. Please move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the graduates of Tabb High School, class of 2019. Please stand for the recessional.